What's up, people? It took me a little while to be able to do this. I decided, you know what, being in the house is not enough. I decided to take a walk and talk about these fights. Woo! 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 All right, first of all, in a manner of speaking, Manny Pacquiao upset Keith one-time Thurman, creating history. He is the first 40-year-old welterweight champion of the world who has dethroned, in his prime, undefeated, hard-hitting, skilled, educated fighter in Keith one-time Thurman. Tommy Temple, what's up, my brother? What's up, people? Shout out to Tommy Temple. Smash that like button. You know what to do, Tommy. And I got to eat some crow. I've got to eat some crow because the official score was a split decision win for Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, and he beat Keith Thurman officially on two judges' scorecards, Dave Moretti. And let me see who the other judge was. Make sure I got it right. Hold on a second. On Dave Moretti's scorecard and Tim Chetham's scorecard. Smash that like button. I'm going to try not to cuss. I was about to cuss. But I'm trying not to cuss. Oh my God. Manny mother effing Pacquiao. I'm going to try not to cuss. Okay? But I got to say it. Woo! 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 Look. We knew if the fight was anywhere close, Pacquiao would get the decision. Cool. But what I did not expect was that Pacquiao would drop Keith Thurman in the first round of that fight. Damn. And we all know why Keith Thurman got dropped, right? We all know why he got dropped. But I told people, and this is true, Manny Pacquiao will get to Keith Thurman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only did he get to Keith Thurman, but through 3 rounds straight, Manny Pacquiao sped it. He was like a sprinter, man. He sped ahead of Keith Thurman. He launched ahead of Keith Thurman. He took Keith Thurman to school. Keith Thurman was still trying to catch on to the speed and quickness of Manny Pacquiao and the strategy and the angles that he was giving him. Keith Thurman was like out on the outside, started to box him. You know, he started to work on walking his ass down in the 3rd round, right? In the 3rd round, he started to figure out, I need to walk this guy down. I need to push him back because that's what his trainer was telling him, Dan Burningham. And then he started to walk Pacquiao down. In the 4th round, Keith Thurman had success. So for 3 rounds straight, Keith Thurman didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was boxing Pacquiao, but he was getting hit upside the head and to the body by Manny Pacquiao. He was landing some shots, don't get me wrong, but he was getting hit upside the head. And Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao said, look at the Oscar De La Hoya fight. Oscar De La Hoya fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the same strategy Pacquiao employed. I'm going to demonstrate it. Hold on a second. Let me put this phone down. I'm going to demonstrate what Manny Pacquiao was doing. I am a southpaw, so it should be easy for me to do. I'm not Manny Pacquiao, but I can tell you exactly what he was doing, and it was boxing. That mother was boxing. Oh, shit. Pacquiao was boxing. I loved it. For every person who is over 40, he's an inspiration to each and every one of us. I'm 44. I'm 4 years older than Manny Pacquiao. And he inspired me to get up off my ass and really go and do a professional bout. You know, I mean, I don't box as much as Pacquiao. I'm going to demonstrate what the fuck I'm sorry. I got an F-bomb out there. I'm going to demonstrate what he did. Because shit. We got to show. I got to demonstrate that shit. Holy. God damn. You see what Floyd Mayweather did? There are 4 people in recent history with Manny Pacquiao that beat him. All right? 4 people. Eric Morales. And Pacquiao came back in the rematch and whooped his ass twice. Timothy Bradley. And Pacquiao came back and whooped his ass twice. Juan Manuel Marquez, who had to take 4 fucking fights before he beat Pacquiao. We're only talking the official scores. We're not going to talk about the fact that we know Marquez won the 3rd fight, right? We're just talking official scores. Always been close fights with Marquez. All right. God damn. This shit gonna be crazy. I'm gonna show you what Manny Pacquiao was doing. Lomachenko do the same thing. They do the same thing. It's what a southpaw does, right? Pacquiao is sick. Here go weak side. I'm gonna demonstrate. Gotta prop up this phone. I'm gonna prop it up. Don't worry. Have no fear. Woo-wee. Motherfucking Pacquiao. Y'all can see my ass, right? So I'm in the southpaw stand. Pacquiao is a really tricky. He always do this. He said, come in. Because he's setting the trap, all right? But anyway, so Pacquiao's here. When Keith Thurman throws his jab, he's throwing a jab at Pacquiao, right? Pacquiao slips the jab, throws his lead right. But this is how he do it. He will, first of all, do as if he's going to throw a right hook to the body. Really, so he angles his body like he's going to do this. And then, instead of doing that, he does this. Huh! And then, he ain't done. After he's done with that, he skips out and pivots this way to catch you with a right hook. The other thing he does, if you throw a jab, right, Manny Pacquiao will actually do this. He will do like this, catch the jab, and hook over the jab. He loved to do that. Now, what he did to Keith Thurman in the first round was so fucking quick. And the thing about it is, Pacquiao is not, I told y'all he ain't doing it, he's not bunny hopping, he's not leaping in anymore. But once, he's a yin and yang fighter, so once you're on the defensive and you're moving backwards, he sees the opportunity, he's going to use his quickness and speed. What he did was he skipped in like Deontay Wilder skipped in to Dominic Brazil or to Tyson Fury. He skipped in. He's a southpaw, so I'm going to demonstrate. So, I'm going to do a side view, okay? Let's do it side view so you would understand. Keith Thurman is moving backwards. Alright? Orthodox stance. He moving backwards. So he started rolling the punch and he's going back this way. Pacquiao did a beautiful combination. Southpaw stance. Manny Pacquiao, he shuffled in very quickly from off the ropes. He just took off like a bullet. And he shuffled in. So he's 1, 2. Very quickly. But in shuffling in, he's so short, he had to lean in to catch Keith Thurman. So he leaned in and he cracked him with a body shot and came over the top with a right hook. It was beautiful. We've seen Pacquiao do that to many a fighter. Now, how was Keith Thurman supposed to get away from that? Pivot. Keith did it later on in the other rounds. He was pivoting out the way and rolling the punch. But what he did not do, which is one of the things Floyd Mayweather does, is you not just pivot and roll. Let me demonstrate. If a fighter's coming at you this way, or let's say he's coming at you at an angle. First of all, you need to be angling off to him, right? And then instead of just rolling the punch and going this way, rolling the punch and doing this, right? Which is what Keith Thurman did. You got to set. It's timing. In these feet, it's all about the feet, right? And you're going to roll and hook over the roll. It's called a check hook. Okay? And that's when you make him pay. You make him pay for that. Keith Thurman didn't do that. That's one of the things he didn't do when Pacquiao was coming in. Now, if you listen to Leonard Ellaby talking about Floyd and what... Remember, Floyd fought Pacquiao. You will hear Leonard Ellaby say Floyd was, he said it was a good fight. He said Pacquiao fought good. But you hear Floyd say he wasn't impressed, meaning he's not trying to put down Pacquiao. He's saying that he faced Pacquiao. He know the traps Pacquiao set. He know when you get Pacquiao on the ropes, you got to be careful because Pacquiao is looking to counterpunch your ass. He's setting the trap, which Keith Thurman fell into. And because Keith Thurman went straight back, more or less, Pacquiao was able to catch him. You understand? Pacquiao's that guy. He quick. And he's fast. He was faster than Keith Thurman, obviously. He was quicker than Keith Thurman. Now, as the rounds went on, Keith Thurman got to figure out Pacquiao. By then, Pacquiao blitzed his ass through 3 rounds. He blitzed him. You know, Keith smiled when he got knocked down because he realized. Now, there's another thing that's so beautiful about this fight. That's why I took time first before I even talk about this fight to talk, you know, to let you guys understand what was going on. So, like I said, Pacquiao was sidestepping Keith Thurman. So so this is Keith Thurman here. All right. I'm gonna turn my back to you guys and show you Manny Pacquiao. All right, Manny Pacquiao here. So when Keith Thurman goes to shoot the jab, what does Pacquiao do? Because he's counterpuncher. Pacquiao will do this. Ha! Spin here. Ha! Okay? And if he wants to, he off at an angle. He could throw his punches away. All right? Keith would pivot in or roll. He'd roll it, and then he would start to move and do whatever he was doing. You understand? And Keith started to figure out, no, man, I know this guy's going to turn my weak side, so I have to turn weak side with him. All right? All right. And so he did, like, basically what he did to Oscar De La Hoya was what he's doing to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, Pacquiao admitted, Keith Thurman's the hardest hitting guy he ever felt punches from. He compared him to Antonio Margarito, who was, at the time, a super welterweight. So Keith, as much as people thought Keith's punches wasn't doing any effect on Pacquiao, they were fucking hurting him bad. Just his conditioning was such, his poker face was such, he was taking the punches. But you could see Pacquiao ain't want no part of Keith Thurman again. They talking about running it back because of a split decision. Fuck that. He ain't gonna just go in there and face Keith Thurman again like that. And let me just say, this fight was close, and truly, I agree. I had it like how Glenn Fielding had it, 114-113 for Keith Thurman. The rounds that I thought Keith Thurman won were the following. He won round 4. He lost round 5. He won round 6 to 9. Lost round 10 because of that buddy punch that Keith Thurman, that Manny Pacquiao hit him with. That changed the whole circumstance of the round. Pacquiao went back to that buddy punch in the 11th as well. And I thought Keith won 11 and 12. All right? Keith gets his 7 rounds. He keeps track of things. But he knew, and Dan Birmingham knew, that just the way how the fight looked, the judges were going to give it to Pacquiao. So Keith kind of knew by the end of the fight, Pacquiao was going to get the fight. Keith wanted to run it back, obviously. It was a close fight. I thought Pacquiao looked more effective with his punches because of the speed and the power behind those punches. Pacquiao had a much more prominent effect. He knocked down Keith Thurman. He hurt him to the body. When he jabbed him with a punch, Pacquiao has a beautiful underrated jab. And he jabbed Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman's head would snap back. Now, Keith Thurman didn't really get that effect with Pacquiao. He would double up his straight right. He'd double up the straight right. He would triple up the jab. You know, all of these things were great. But really, what made Keith Thurman most effective was when he dogged Pacquiao, when he started walking his ass down. So, take for instance, if Floyd Mayweather was to face Pacquiao a second time, the only strategy Floyd needed to do is exactly what he did to Conor McGregor. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit by Pacquiao. But you need to dog Pacquiao. You have to face him as well. Which means you put up your guard. I'm going to do it in the southpaw stance, but you can do it in. And you walk to that motherfucker. You're walking to him, and you're catching the punches here. All right? All right? And then you're using your defense at times. You know? But you looking to land fucking body punches. Floyd hits really precisely and hard with body punches. That's what the fuck you want to do. You want to land your body punches. Floyd is a lot slower now. I don't know if he'll take on that fight. He's a lot slower. He hasn't boxed in a long time. You got to be in tip-top condition to fight the best. Pacquiao was. I told y'all he's an elite fighter. Y'all was talking about Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner looks very good now. He fought a very good fight against Pacquiao because defensively especially. because that motherfucker didn't get dropped. And the reason he didn't get dropped is really simple. Adrian, the problem Broner, locks up Pacquiao. If he gets hurt in any way, he'll lock you up. Okay? And Keith Thurman, and Broner wasn't going straight back all the time either. And once he gets hit, Broner goes into defensive mode. Keith Thurman decided he was going to be exciting and he was going to engage Pacquiao. Messed up his face, busted up his nose. Pacquiao got a bruised up face too, but at the end of the day, Keith Thurman has the most damage. You can see the damage on his face. You can see his reaction when he got a body shot. Beautiful liver shot, by the way. And you saw that even though Keith Thurman's strong, don't get me wrong, and Pacquiao did land the liver shot again, and it didn't. Keith Thurman, though, looked like the one, it appeared, that got actually more stunned by Pacquiao than Pacquiao did Keith Thurman. Now, the nice thing about it is, Keith Thurman fought Pacquiao. All right? He fought him. He was a dog. But he let him off the hook after round 4. He decided he was going to stand in the ring and box him out here, right? And that made no sense to box a guy out there. You're supposed to be walking to that motherfucker straight through. You're doing it smart, but you walk into him, right? You're walking in a circle, and you were cutting off the angles, and you walk into him, and you dog him, because you want to get inside. And once you get on the inside, you start to work, motherfucker. You have to work. You got to put in that fucking work. And that's what Keith Thurman was supposed to do. He was trying to box him on the outside. That wasn't working too well. He was moving around the ring a little too excessively. When he pushed Pacquiao back, that's when he was most effective. Yes, Pacquiao has traps, but you have to be smart enough to understand the traps, not take a fucking step back. So what do you do to avoid a trap? Right? I'm doing it in orthodox style. I'm gonna show you. So Keith, walking to Pacquiao, body shots, pivot. When Pacquiao's pivoting, walk to his motherfucking ass. You get pushed back, you reset, and you walk to that motherfucker. What you're doing is, you're getting in Pacquiao's mind. Pacquiao's the smaller guy. You are the bigger guy. You're the stronger guy too. So he uses speed and force from his legs, the spring power from his legs, to get the power. If you close the fucking distance on him, what's he gonna do? Alright? When you're ready, you lock his ass up, you turn him, and as the referee breaks, you work him. When you're in the break, what did motherfucking Floyd do? Work his ass. He worked that body, boy. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is, Timothy Bradley tried to do the same thing too in the first fight. Only way you're going to stop a busybody, a buzzsaw, is you got to break down that body. Now, Pacquiao's body is well protected with the guard, don't get it wrong. But once he shoots a shot, you're going for that body, you know? And Keith Thurman, because you have to win rounds clearly. Otherwise, the reason why we had 7-5 either way by the judges is because some of those rounds did not impress the judges enough to be clear enough. And then Manny Pacquiao is a living fucking legend. You ain't gonna get a decision on Pacquiao if it's close, right? So, take for instance, I think it was round. What round was it? Once Pacquiao throws a flurry, because of what he set in round 1, any flurry he throws, even if you block his flurry, it's gonna count in the judges. It's gonna have an impact in the judge's mind because he's aggressive. He's coming forward, you going backward. Now, if he was going forward, around 10, for example, why Keith Thurman got hit with a body shot was because he was trying to circle Pacquiao on the outside. Pacquiao was staying in the center of the ring, and he's trying to circle, and you should have just walked to the motherfucker. If you would protect yourself and walk to the motherfucker, you probably wouldn't have got hit with that liver shot. And it's just, you have to add it. You can't let a guy off the hook. You have to walk to him. Now, that's easier said than done when Pacquiao's throwing a barrage of shots at you and blinding you a bit. But you got to be... See, that's the thing with Floyd. I told you Thurman's not Floyd, but Floyd has certain tools in the basket, and he knows what to do with a fighter. He controlled Pacquiao from round 1. You don't control Pacquiao from round 1, you will find yourself at round 9 wondering what the fuck just happened in this fight. Because Pacquiao's quick. So there's like, he throws 8-punch, 9-punch combinations. So you have to be able to lock his fucking ass up on the inside. You got to contain his ass, which means you got to lock him up at times. You have to lock him up. You have to make it favorable for you. All right? If you're going to dog him, you got. All right, sorry about that. Yeah. I'm right here again. I'm back. The stream kind of got lost a bit. All right, so we're back. All right, so Let's talk boxing. Okay, let me see all you guys and first in your comments before I get into other things, because I got a lot of stuff to say. All right. Tommy Temper says Manny is greater than Floyd. Fuck yeah. I told you guys that. I said Floyd's a better boxer than Manny Pacquiao. He gets TBE of this era. But when it comes to greater, Pacquiao just trumped Floyd by easy. He made history. He's the first welterweight to beat a world champion at 40. He's the first. He just made history. Okay, he's a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Taylor says, smack that like button. Please, smack the like button, please. Thurman went back in his straight line and got clipped. Yep, he should have pivoted. He did the right thing afterwards. But you know, he was trying to test Manny Pacquiao and didn't understand how quick this guy could cover ground. Steal the worm. Manny was great, but he made a lot of mistakes and eat hard rights all night. His face was all busted up. He defeated Thurman for sure, but he took heavy damage too. Yeah, and he told people Thurman hits like a motherfucker. He said he hit like Margarito. So, and Thurman, we all know Thurman hits like Marcus Maidana. So people saying that Thurman's right hand is not the same and all. Nope, his right hand was perfectly fine. His right hand was perfectly fine, okay? And the body punches, man, that Thurman started hitting Pacquiao on the ropes because Thurman started cutting the angle right. Tommy Temper says, Worm, it wasn't a prime pack, so what's your point? It don't matter. It don't matter. Y'all don't understand. Our prime pack probably would have lost to Thurman. But this Pacquiao, this motherfucker is sick. Okay? He boxed Thurman. He didn't brawl. He wasn't wild like the other Pacquiao. He was shooting straight shots. That motherfucking Pacquiao, man. Y'all don't understand. Floyd said he was pound for pound. After Floyd left, he said pound for pound #1. Manny fucking Pacquiao is pound for pound #1 in my book. But I want to hear what you guys think in the pound for pound rankings. He just took over Canelo. He just took over Canelo. There's no fucking way ever that a 40-year-old beats a young, prime, skillful, undefeated fighter who's undefeated for a fucking reason. There's no way he ain't pound for pound #1 in the pound for pound standings. Nobody else right now is higher than Pacquiao. And with his history, fuck no. Look at it. Look at the fucking resume of Manny Pacquiao. If he don't fight tomorrow, he not only a show ballot Hall of Famer, that motherfucker's an ATG for life. And now we gotta get him in the top 20 all-time greats. Fuck, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He in the top 20. Okay? He's in the top 20. In fact, he may be in the top 10. Who the fuck? I mean, lots of old-time greats fought in their 40s, okay? But who the fuck faces in his prime? Is not a smaller guy. He's a bigger guy. He's a true fucking welterweight. Give me somebody. Because Sugar Ray Robinson never did that shit. Floyd never did that shit. Pernell never did that shit. He's supposed to have gotten it with Oscar De La Hoya. Pernell was supposed to get it, right? Pernell was supposed to get it. He wasn't in his 40s, though. All right? But my point is, find a fighter in history. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. I don't know. Who is fucking 40 and beating a devastating fucking puncher. Look, man. A devastating fucking puncher. Look, man. Pacquiao went into the fight. Hey, Thurman hits harder. Thurman hits harder than motherfucking Spence. Thurman hits you, you drop. He just never really truly got Pacquiao like he wanted to. Because I told you Pacquiao's defense is... people was telling me, okay, I told you Pacquiao's defense is on point. It's hard to hit that motherfucker like you really want to hit him. And when you do hit him like you really want to hit him, he's pulling up on the shot. He's not just walking straight into the fucking shot. He's rolling some of that punch. He's riding some of that punch. Bernard Hopkins first, a 34-0 Kelly Pavic. I won a unanimous decision at 43 years. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He dropped Kelly Pavic though? Did he drop him? I can't remember if he dropped him. He dropped him, right? Jackson the Hopeful. I'm just saying. Y'all brought up a good stat right there. 43. That's great. Bernard Hopkins living legend and all that. But you know Pacquiao's at the end of his career, man. Bernard Hopkins wasn't at the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? Bernard Hopkins went till he was 50. Fought a whole bunch of other fights. You know what I'm saying? But Pacquiao is at the end of his career. You're not supposed to be making no fights at the end of your career, man. Come on now. And Kelly Pavlik was good. He a good boxer. He not Keith Thurman. He's not fucking Keith Thurman. I gotta be real with you. All right, Keith Thurman is a bad motherfucker. He's a bad motherfucker. Bernard Hopkins beat up Kelly Packard. You can't say really that Pacquiao he beat up Thurman, but Thurman was game. That was a close fight. That was Thurman was game, and Thurman, technically speaking, won on one judge scorecard, gave it to Thurman, showing you that, you know, one judge realized what Thurman did, and I gave it to Thurman. So it wasn't like you know, Bernard Hopkins fighting Kelly Pavlik, who's a puncher, and Kelly Pavlik, he didn't really know how to box, and no, it wasn't that shit. This was the real deal. Keith Thurman is the real fucking deal. I heard one guy saying Keith Thurman's B level. Fuck no. That's an A level fighter that doesn't know about defeat. That just got beat by Manny fucking Pacquiao. Pacquiao is high up in my ratings now. That's his best fight ever. His best. After he faced Floyd, he has been doing phenomenally well. The only guy that beat him was Jeff Horn. And of course, Jeff Horn imposed his weight and size, fought him on the inside, right? Like I was telling you. That's what Keith had to do. And Keith started to get it. He had to understand what he had to do. But, you know, Pacquiao every now and then would disrupt him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you gotta understand the trap that Pacquiao is trying to set, where Pacquiao wants to really go. And he started to understand what was going on. Right? He could have offset Pacquiao with some check hooks, though. But, you know, he had to time them check hooks because Pacquiao was much quicker than he was. Yeah, but anyway, let me go through all of you guys are saying, because I want to engage all of you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys can give me... I get crow. Officially, Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. I thought Keith Thurman won the fight. I've looked at it once, right? And I was impressed by Pacquiao. I don't know about nobody else. I was impressed. Adrian Broner could keep his chin up. At least he didn't get dropped. Keith Thurman got dropped like a rock. Boom! And he went down. Bap! He got up smiling. He was like, okay, I see why you a bad motherfucker. Them T-Rex arms, they ain't no joke. The fucking T-Rex arms ain't no joke. He was like, okay, I need to box you and respect you. Respect distance. So he started boxing his ass. Still was getting tagged up too. So my point being, Manny Pacquiao is no joke. All right, he ain't no fucking joke. And I'm glad in a way that he won. Not to humble Keith Thurman or anything, but Keith Thurman needed to understand what the fuck he was facing. And I think he did. I think he knew, but he didn't know to the extent of how fast Pacquiao was. Floyd understood. Floyd understood what the fuck was happening. So like I said, 4 people beat Pacquiao in recent history. There were some other guys, but 4 people. Juan Marquez, Eric Morales, okay, who boxed him very well. Then we have Timothy Bradley, who boxed him very, very well. People say he was robbed. Fuck no. Bradley won that fight. And then, of course, Juan Manuel Marquez, who didn't leave no doubt in nobody's mind. He just iced him, right? But again, Pacquiao was reckless and wild, so he got iced, right? It shows you how good Timothy Bradley was. It shows you how good Juan Manuel Marquez was. It shows you how good Eric Morales was the first time. And then motherfucking Floyd just basically outclassed his ass. I mean, it was a shutout from the beginning, right? Fucking Floyd showed you how to beat Pacquiao. Fight ain't even close, right? He master boxing, right? But you see how good Manny Pacquiao is. Y'all was talking about his shoulder and all that shit. Well, fuck that. He's very, very good. Floyd just took away everything from him. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman need to know how to grip up a fighter. If you don't grip a fighter up, you can't stop the action, because Pacquiao got arms like a piston. You gotta stop that motherfucker and break his rhythm by locking him the fuck up. Floyd said, I'm just spinning and pivoting. I'm gripping him up. I gotta be smart. He was gripping him up because that motherfucker's hands was gonna fly. Otherwise, gotta grip his ass up. You gotta stop him somehow, and that's one of the ways to stop him. You understand? And people don't understand, clinching in boxing is allowed. Excessive clinching is not allowed. But if a motherfucker is clinching your ass, break the clinch. Break the motherfucking clinch. Learn how to break clinches. Marcos Maidana. Floyd couldn't clinch up Marcos Maidana, could he? All right. What's that motherfucker's name? The Cuban guy couldn't clinch. He couldn't lock up Povetkin. All right. You know why? These motherfuckers know how to break a clinch. I'm gonna show you guys how to break a fucking clinch. It's really martial arts, really. I'm gonna show you guys. So, if a motherfucker is clinching you up like this, or he's locking you up like this, as he comes to lock you up, or he comes sliding in, he slides in and he tries to lock you up this way, you do this, you go low, you duck. Motherfucker can't clinch you up if you're ducking. And you slide out of it, and you beat the shit out of him. Alright, you open up on him. A good shot is the uppercut for a southpaw. For orthodox fighter, you slide out of it, and you throw overhand right. Catch his ass, because his head's up in the air. Okay? So, yeah, so that's the shit that you have to, I'm demonstrating because I like to talk boxing. Like I told you people, I like to talk fucking boxing. I'm not into any other shit. I like talking boxing. And it was beautiful. I picked Thurman to win. We all said Pacquiao could pull off the upset. We all kind of knew that. I had Thurman 65-35, which is a big difference. I thought Thurman would have beaten Pacquiao. Didn't expect Pacquiao to drop his ass. Did not expect that at all. All right. It was a flash knockdown. Thurman wasn't seriously hurt, but still. Yeah, he took some damage, steel worm crawl, don't get me wrong. And he talked about it, how Thurman hits very hard. Tommy Temper, worm, it wasn't a prime pack, so what's your point? It had nothing to do with it. That's why I keep on telling you guys. That had nothing to do. Pack rolled back the sands of time. He was like a 20-year-old. No, it's not about prime in this case. It's about knowledge. It's about experience. This Pacquiao is better than the Pacquiao from 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. You know why? He fought against a mobile opponent. Margarito's a fucking Neanderthal that came forward. Didn't know shit about boxing, okay? Miguel Cotto was weight drained. Oscar De La Hoya was weight drained, okay? That's some of his greatest fights at welterweight, okay? When you look at Shane Mosley, okay, he dropped Shane Mosley, and then Shane Mosley started boxing backwards and turning him. But Shane Mosley wasn't doing shit, right? And that was credit to Pacquiao, but he wasn't doing shit. He was afraid to do shit, right? Keith Thurman was fucking game. You dropped Keith Thurman, he caught out after round 4. That motherfucker found out the formula. He was going at Pacquiao. Y'all know this. Y'all saw the fight. That motherfucker was game. All the way to the end. That's why it was a split decision. Okay? And you gotta hand it to fucking Keith Thurman too. That motherfucker is built with, he a killer, he a lion, but shit. Pacquiao did his thing. Pacquiao did his thing against a legitimate lion in the sport of boxing. And they can make as much excuses they want. Keith Thurman is the goods, and Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. I had never seen that shit before. I don't know about y'all, but I never seen that shit before. I knew Pacquiao could do it, but I didn't expect it at all. Because I thought, and Keith Thurman's a very smart fighter, and he fought very smart after he got dropped. But, shit. Pacquiao, boy. Hey, loved it. Roll back the sands of time. All that shit about, he's old and need to leave boxing. But Leonard Elby said it. He said, I don't know what the fuck Keith Thurman think he said. But Pacquiao ain't going nowhere. Fuck yeah. Not only is he not going anywhere, but he gonna face the winner. He could face, if he wants to. I don't know if he wants to. But he can face the winner of Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. I don't even know who's gonna win that one. Honestly, that's a good fight. Sean Porter is not a guy that gets knocked out. Like Keith Thurman didn't get knocked out, obviously. Neither did Pacquiao. Sean Porter is not a guy that gets knocked out. And Errol Spence, as much as you talk man down and all that bullshit, he gonna have his hands full with Sean Porter. Okay? And Sean Porter is a problem for anybody in the welterweight division. So that shit, I can't really tell you who's gonna win. I think Errol Spence gets the edge because again, he has boxing knowledge, IQ. He's cleaner on the inside and stuff like that. But I can't predict these fights anymore. The people say it was a 50-50 fight, I lean to Keith Thurman because I listened to him talk about countering Manny Pacquiao, where you go over his left. And he did do it, but he did it later on in the fight. He tried to come straight out of Pacquiao, test him out, found out what he was worth, found out, okay, this motherfucker could do some shit. Had to respect that, and then he started to walk his ass down working. But by that time, it was too late. He was like round 4. That's 3 rounds that went by. Pacquiao's ahead by 3 rounds, which means he just needs 4 more rounds to win the fight. Any round that looked like is close, they give it to Pacquiao. That's it, So so that's the kind of fight it was. And so, Pacquiao won, man. I can't. It's not a robbery. Definitely deserves the win. I'll tell you 2 reasons why. One, he landed the punches that really affected Keith Thurman more. Again, it was 2 rounds in the fight. Keith Thurman, Pacquiao does that like 6-4 with Floyd Mayweather. Timothy Bradley, I think it was. I can't remember. There's 2 rounds that stand out. There's Pacquiao rounds, and he took that fucking fight. Let me see what you guys are saying. I got so much more to talk about, so I'm gonna try and get it done. I don't know if my phone will be able to handle it because I don't have unlimited wireless, but it is what it is. Tommy Temper says, "Old man Pac." That old man's a bad motherfucker. I don't care what y'all guys say. Poopy Sister says, "Does this mean he's better than Mayweather since he beat Thurman?" He's not better than Mayweather, but he's motherfucking greater than Mayweather. There's a difference between better. Floyd beat him, so obviously Floyd's a better boxer than he is. It's not just Floyd got his number, but he's a better boxer than Pacquiao. So when I talk about the best ever, I'm talking about a better boxer. I'm not talking about no shit that had to do with outside the ring. I'm talking purely boxing and what a guy does in the ring. And Floyd is a boxer. Clearly, it shows because he beat Pacquiao better than anybody else beat him. Floyd is a boxer who is the best. I say the best ever. Whatever he says, I believe him. Because the motherfucker got the evidence to back it up. He is the best ever. So when it comes to boxing, motherfucking boxing, Floyd is the best at it at present. Okay? When it comes to anything else, Pacquiao is greater than Floyd. His achievements, his resume, the shit that he did, the 8 weight classes he went through, and won titles. This motherfucker just fought the best fighter ever that he ever faced, who is undisputably one of the top 3 best welterweights in the world right now. Okay, it's Thurman, Errol Spence, and motherfucking Terrence Crawford that they talk about. Okay, so he's in the top 3, and Pacquiao just beat him. In fact, Keith Thurman was the #1 welterweight not too long ago. In 2015, he was the #1 welterweight in the world. Okay, that's the guy that Manny Pacquiao beat, and no fucking excuses. He lost. He lost officially on the scorecards, and I could agree with the judges, Dave Moretti and Cheekman. I could agree with them, but I could see how they got it that way because some of the rounds, even though Keith Thurman did win those rounds, Pacquiao stole the action at the end of the round, throwing flurries and shit. You don't want Pacquiao even throwing a flurry. He won 4 and 6 with Floyd. He won just because he threw flurries. He didn't really land much on Floyd, but he threw flurries and got Floyd to the ropes and shit like that. And so he won those rounds. And that's just the way our Pacquiao is. He's so exciting that you get caught up in the fact that he's just throwing a lot. He's so much more active than the other fighter. He may not be accurate, but he's so much more active than the other fighter that you say, oh fuck, that's his round. So that's what happened. And Keith Thurman knew this going in, and he couldn't control it. He just couldn't control the shit. When Pacquiao started throwing punches, because he didn't lock Pacquiao up. You gotta grip that motherfucker up. If you don't grip that motherfucker up, that motherfucker gonna go to work. You have to be not just preferred range, but you also have to think, because he covers ground rather fast. His feet are quick. He got quick fucking feet, man. His feet, he don't do stutter steps anymore, but he does shuffle really fast. He don't leap in anymore, but he shuffles in very fast. And the quick little steps he makes covers ground really, 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 really quickly. You know what I'm saying? But if you're careful enough, because that's what Floyd did, he check hook his ass. When he tried to make those quick steps and come in, leaning in, Floyd would just pivot and check hook him. And he go flying into the ropes and shit. Which Keith Thurman now, he didn't know about that. He went straight back. You see what I'm saying? Pacquiao leaped in. Keith Thurman didn't know how to pivot off the foot and just check hook his ass or roll him. He did it later, but he didn't do it in the beginning. And that's what he was supposed to do, but he didn't do it. All right, and you got to time that to time him to roll it. He didn't expect that from Pacquiao, and that's what got him. So he got dropped. Got dropped by Pacquiao. Pacquiao, baby. Pacquiao. Woo! I love Pacquiao. I love him. Oh my God. This is a great day for anybody who is over 40 years old. You know, Bernard Hopkins represented us, but now Pacquiao represented us. Oh, I feel so good. I feel so good. You know, I lost my bet. I owe somebody money, and I gotta eat crow, but shit, I'm still smiling from ear to ear about it. Poopy Sister says, does this mean he's better than Mayweather? Okay, I answered that already. No, he's not better than Mayweather, but he is greater than Mayweather. That's not even a dispute now. He just fought 40 years old, just fought a 30-year-old who was in his prime and at the top of his game, was super champion. And technically speaking, it wasn't an upset because Pacquiao was the A side. Pacquiao was the guy expected to win, but by the betting people in Las Vegas. But at the same time, Keith Thurman was the champion. So in a way, it's an upset because Keith Thurman's lost, you know. You can do it, Corky. Thurman wouldn't have made it past 5 if it was a prime 2009 Pacquiao. Oh, no. You're wrong about that one. You're wrong about that one. You have no idea how good Pacquiao is now compared to what he was. All right, this is what I'll tell you. Go do this for me. All right? Look at the 2009, look at the 2008 Pacquiao that faced Oscar De La Hoya. Notice how much he engaged. Right? You doing that with Keith Thurman, he would time you even more. Pacquiao wasn't engaging that much. Okay? He was engaging and he stopped, he pivoted, and then he engaged again. Okay? Right? Thurman got his rhythm. Thurman started landing punches. Pacquiao even admitted it. He said Thurman hits like Margarito. Okay? Thurman and Marcos Maidana are the 2 hardest hitting welterweights in the welterweight division. Fuck what anybody else say. Pacquiao's quick. His punches are fast because of his feet. But don't get it twisted. He don't punch as hard as Keith Thurman. Okay? Now, Pacquiao was able to take Thurman's punches because he was riding some of them punches. Okay? Because he sees them coming as well. Thurman throws a punch from a certain... But don't get it twisted. You look at his face puffy and shit. Pacquiao got beat up pretty bad, too. And he said that. He said Thurman hits motherfucking hard. Okay? Sorry about the F-bomb. The point being that... 2009 Pacquiao would have got stopped by Thurman. Okay? He'd have got stopped by Thurman. Because Thurman hits like Margarito, and he was catching Pacquiao. He caught Pacquiao flush a couple times. And he was landing some nasty shots to the body. So Pacquiao was training, expecting Keith Thurman to be, you know, the Pacquiao you saw here is better than the 2000. He boxed so much better. Did you guys see his boxing, man? What the fuck, man? Do you guys understand this dude is boxing so good now? He boxing really, really well. The 2007, 2008 Pacquiao was wild. You know, the 2009 Pacquiao that beat Cotto was wild. Fucking Pacquiao that beat Margarito was wild. He was looping his shots. This Pacquiao shoots straight down the pipe. Then he used the hook, which knocked out Ricky Hatton. I think this Pacquiao is the best fucking Pacquiao I've ever seen. And he fought opposition that's the best fucking opposition ever. There's no asterisk behind Keith Thurman. Oh, he came off for a layup. Fuck that. He had a tune-up fight. He was ready. All right? He was ready. You know, Thurman made a ton of money. He gonna get some back-end money on the pay-per-view too. You know, his face was marked up like Margarito, but not as bad as Margarito, not as bad as Brandon Rios. You know, showing again the skill of Pacquiao. That this is a mobile guy that he beat up like that. All right? I don't care what y'all say. Pacquiao, he up there. He just put on a performance that's up there. It was competitive, but it was a hell of a performance. Okay? And shit, the highlight reel, Thurman's forever going to be in the highlight reel where he got knocked the fuck down. That's going to make the highlight reel. Pacquiao's a bad motherfucker. He said, anybody beat me, he's a bad motherfucker. He's a bad motherfucker. Jackson the Hopeful said to Poobie's sister, no, this actually makes Floyd look better since Floyd was able to nullify Pacquiao's game. Yep. Floyd's a much better boxer. He's not greater than Pacquiao. Floyd don't care about being the greatest. He don't give a fuck about that. Okay? But when it comes to being the best ever, the best boxer to put on a pair of gloves, when you're talking boxing, hit and not get hit. Timothy Bradley was talking about it. Floyd Mayweather, hit or not get hit. Pernell Whitaker, hit or not get hit. You know, Charlie Burley, hit or not get hit. When we're talking about that shit, Andre Ward, hit or not get hit. When we're talking about that shit, Floyd's the best at it. He the best at it. And that's what boxing's supposed to be. It's not about hit, take a punch, and then give another one back. Fuck that. That's shit. Jackson Hopeful said Keith fought a stupid fight. No. Fuck no. Fought a great fight. Fought a great fight. But it won't. They're just a couple critiques to Keith Thurman. Okay? I got a couple critiques of him. That sometimes you gotta lock that dude up. And Keith Thurman's a guy that don't normally lock up people. Okay, Jackson Hopeful removed his message. But he didn't fight a bad fight at all. No. And Dan Burning was telling him what to do. He couldn't execute certain things because of Pacquiao's speed and just the way how Pacquiao would set traps. Tio Alfonso, great pro analysis. Thank you very much, sir. I got my pick wrong, though. Jackson the Hopeful. Bernard Hopkins faced the 34 and old Kelly Pavlik and won a unanimous decision in 43 years. Yes, man, I remember that. And Pavlik was a huge puncher, too. Yeah, but he wasn't skilled like Keith Thurman. He wasn't as smart as Keith Thurman. And Hopkins beat his ass. He beat him up bad. In this case, like I said before, Pacquiao was landing punches on Thurman early in the fight. Later on in the fight, he wasn't landing that much, except for that body punch that Thurman got. And Thurman was really doing the damage. That's why he took those rounds. Thank you so very much, Tio Alfonso. Jackson Hopeful said Bernard Hopkins faced the... Okay. Jackson Hopeful said... okay. Jackson Hopeful says Pacquiao is definitely top 10 all time. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't care who you call. Harry Crabb. You could call whoever you want to call. I think he's in the top 10 now of all time. It's just what it is. Greatest boxers of all time. Not the best boxers of all time. That's a totally different list, in my opinion. But greatest boxers of all time? Fucking Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. He up there with Muhammad Ali and all those guys. He one of the greatest to ever do it. Pacquiao gets the greatest title. Floyd, not the greatest title. He gets the greatest of the era. Floyd gets the best of the era. That's just what it is. Pacquiao be golden Floyd. He'd be like, Floyd, we know you can't go back into boxing. But I'm telling you this. If Floyd fight Pacquiao, Floyd's not going to use his speed and quickness like he did before. He's going to fight him different. He'll walk his ass down. Because that's the one thing you can do with Pacquiao. You got to walk him down smart. But what he did to Conor McGregor, that's what you got to do with Pacquiao. You got to get tough, though, to be able to handle those punches. But that's what you got to do. And you got to get to the inside of Pacquiao and do the work. You got to work on him on the inside. And grip him up, turn him, work him again. You know, because Pacquiao is a tricky dude. It's not easy to land punches on him just like that. But that's what you got to do. You gotta bully him. You got to rough him up, and you got to show him you're stronger. That's what Keith Thurman didn't do. He didn't show he was stronger than Pacquiao. He was punching away, but he wasn't imposing his physical strength on him. He wasn't. And when you lock up a guy, you can let the guy know, I can reposition you. You can't reposition my ass. I could shift you this way. I could do you whatever I want on the inside. You can't do me shit. That physically imposes something on a guy. That's why Pacquiao was tamed by Floyd. Floyd came out sharp as a fucking tack and landed the first punch on Pacquiao, which was a counter right. All right, and Floyd wasn't playing, you know, and that's what Keith Thurman had to do, and he was trying to do it, but it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not easy to execute, you know, against a guy like that. He can run away with the fight. He could run away with the fight on you. He could run away with the fight real quick. Jackson Hopeful said I had it 6-6 plus the knockdown. Okay, so you got Pacquiao winning then. Okay, cool. I had it 7-5 for Keith Thurman. Did I tell you guys the rounds? 1-3 was Pac-Man. Round 4 was Thurman. That's where he walked Pac-Man to the worst. Did his work. He worked on him, and he should have stayed with that. Do a modified version of that, but he didn't. He abandoned it in round 5. Was kind of trying to box him, and that didn't work out too well. Once he was on the back foot, Pacquiao had the advantage. He started in round 6 to get Pacquiao on the ropes and started working him, and he started winning rounds. He's landing the lead right. He was doubling up the lead right. He was tripling up the jab and stuff. You know, he was landing body punches, and 6-9 was kind of like that. And then Pacquiao caught him with a body punch in round 10. That turned everything around. Keith was really working hard. Caught him with a body punch. He was trying to box Pacquiao. Pacquiao caught him with a body punch, and so you saw Keith try to run around the ring. He was running away, staying low, fighting Pacquiao, staying low. And he was landing some punches on Pacquiao. Everybody was wondering what was happening. It was the liver shot that Pacquiao landed on him. And Pacquiao went back to the liver shot in round 11, but Keith won round 11, I thought. Again, with those beautiful rights and some hard fucking rights Pacquiao was taking. And Keith was starting to wear down Pacquiao. Round 12, Pacquiao was kind of walking him down at first. And Keith started, again, taking the initiative. Ended the fight with one last punch to Pacquiao. I think that the judges probably looked at round 12 or round 11. And the other round that they may have swung in the favor of Pacquiao may have been round 9. So it's 3 rounds. I know it's 2 rounds. It makes it swing back the other way, but I think 3 rounds were kind of iffy in that respect. Keith Thurman did show his dominance, but not enough. Not enough, you know, to take those rounds. I listened to the commentary team, and they were kind of biased towards Pacquiao, but it was all good. I didn't care. You know, Boom Boom Mancini was pro Pacquiao, so he was just like straight talking Pacquiao all the time. But Keith Thurman did some good work, and he just had to go back to the drawing board. He had to make the wins more convincing, you know, and take advantage of the opportunities. Of course, he wants a rematch. I don't know if Pacquiao will give him a rematch. If Pacquiao gives him a rematch, Pacquiao a fucking beast, you know. But then when Pacquiao gonna give him a rematch? He's not gonna fight again this year. That's sometime next year, if anything. I would love to see that roll back again, but I think that you know, I still have Thurman winning that fight if it rolls back again, because Thurman would have learned his lesson, do some revisions, and he would probably come back and try and beat Pacquiao. I don't want to really see it roll back again. I just want to, I really want to relish in the win that Pacquiao had. Probably move on to another guy. I know you're supposed to, when a fight is close, have a rematch, and Pacquiao's that kind of dude. If the fight is close, he gonna have a rematch, right? But you know, that's up to Pacquiao if he wants to do that. You know, sure, if he wants to do it, it was a close fight, so whatever he wants to do. And you know, they may roll it back again, they may do it again. But at the end of the day, I would say that Shane Mosley, for instance, thought that Keith Thurman won the fight. And for once, I kind of agree with Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley said he had to go back and watch the tapes. I was like, fuck, man, Pacquiao be doing some shit. I was like, where did Keith Thurman? They say that. I was looking at the thing like, you know, I was saying, man, Pacquiao about to just wipe out Keith Thurman. You know, at first I thought so, and then I saw Keith Thurman come back in the fight. I was like, okay. I was kind of shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of shocked. And the manner in which Pacquiao was dominated was shocking to me. Ronnie Marcelino says, Floyd, he's not a warrior like Manny Pacquiao. No, he's not. Pacquiao's a guy that'll take a punch to give a punch. You know, Floyd prefers not to take any punches. Now, he's not a warrior like Manny Pacquiao, but he is a fucking warrior, and he's a fucking dog, okay? Floyd's a dog, okay? But he's not like Pacquiao, no. Pacquiao throws a whole bunch of punches, first of all. Second of all, Manny Pacquiao is a guy that, you know, he can take a punch, right? Not that Floyd can't take a punch. Obviously, he could. Marcus Maidana hit him with a punch, and he didn't even go down, right? And Marcus Maidana hits as hard as Keith Thurman, if not harder, okay? And he's just wilder than Thurman. But fucking Floyd fought Marcus Maidana twice. He rolled it back. Floyd is a fucking beast, okay? If Floyd ever rematches Manny Pacquiao, which I don't think is likely, but let's just humor it. Floyd's not gonna fight Manny Pacquiao like he did in the first fight. He gonna actually walk to him. Floyd will walk Pacquiao down. I guarantee you that. He's not. And Floyd's much bigger, of course. He's not welterweight. He's like 160 something. You know, Floyd's big. You saw what he did to Tenshin, whatever Nakatani or whatever his name was, and you saw what he did to Conor McGregor. They're both southpaws. Floyd fought 2 southpaws for a reason. Okay, you know, they're kind of like a prep for Pacquiao if necessary. Tenshin would have been faster. You know, she caught him with a couple of shots, and then Conor would have been busier. So you see certain times Floyd fighting certain guys, you know, it might be a prep for Pacquiao. You never know. I don't think that Floyd will face Pacquiao now. He's been off of boxing for so long. But if he does come back to face Pacquiao, expect him to use a strategy like that, because he's a lot slower than he used to be. You know, he's going to have to use certain tools to be able to deal with Pacquiao. His feet are reasonably okay. You know, he'll be able to turn and stuff to face Pacquiao and deal with him if he needs to. But he's not the Floyd Mayweather that you guys know. He's degenerated significantly. And then he hadn't been active, so he degenerated even more. But he could do a thing or two, and his conditioning probably not on point. You know, so I don't know if he would continue boxing or he would actually do a fight like that. That would be great if he did it, if he took it. Well, y'all can't say nothing about Floyd after he beats Pacquiao. You know, if he does. You know, because it's going to be a closer fight than it was the first time. Ronnie Marcelino says, Manny, he's a warrior. Yeah, Floyd's a warrior too. Just they got different styles of boxing. Floyd's a fucking warrior, man. Look, when you hitting guys with few punches, and them motherfuckers even trying to come in on you, and they're confused. Pacquiao was confused, you know. He was confused the fuck. Floyd mucked his ass in round 11. Beating the gloves. He was just beating Pacquiao to the punch all the time. When Floyd does that kind of shit and controls your ass and beats you at your own fucking game, he's a bad motherfucker. Floyd's a bad motherfucker. Y'all don't understand. Pernell Whitaker was a bad motherfucker too. Floyd got bad hands though, so he was still a punch with power. He got a lot of power for a guy like him. And he's sharp as a fucking tack. But the thing about it is he don't throw a whole bunch of punches like Manny do. He throws combinations, don't get me wrong. He throws a lot of combinations. But he don't do it all through the fight, and he's not moving around excessively like Pacquiao might do. You know, Pacquiao did some beautiful pivot work, by the way. And did Keith Thurman too. It was a good fight. It was a good ass fight. It was an intelligent fight. But what I'm saying is that, you know, Floyd is a guy who he can fight on the inside. And I think Pac-Man is not the best on the inside. Keith Thurman showed that he not really doing much on the inside. He didn't do much on the inside with Pac-Man. And he should have. And so that's where Floyd would go. He would go to the inside of Pac-Man. And you see how hard Floyd is hitting these days. You know, you see what he did to Conor McGregor, and you see what he did to Tenshin Nagase. I think he would punch not as hard as Keith Thurman, but he would place his punches better than Keith Thurman. And I think he would really hurt Pacquiao to the body. So I think that's where Floyd would go. I wouldn't suggest going up to the head all the time. I think it was more body punching. But then when he can get him up to the head, he get him to the head. Because I don't think Floyd's hands hurt him when he fought Conor McGregor. He was beating his ass. He didn't hurt his hands, which is why he stopped Conor McGregor. And if he could do the same with Pac-Man, he might even, you know, he won't stop Pac-Man, but he might hurt him pretty bad. You know, that's what you got to do with Pac-Man. Hold on a second. I don't know why, but people decided to make noise. Jackson Oprah says at Rocky Master, I'm a fan of Floyd, but hey, bro, congrats to your boy. Boxing won last night. Yeah, man. Pacquiao, fuck, man. Pacquiao, he's so fucking exciting. You know, Jackson Oprah, there are many times where Floyd walked down an opponent in recent memory. Oh, yeah. Against Marcos Maidana, he was walking his ass down at a certain point in the fight, later on in the fight. Yeah, of course. Walked down Canelo a little bit. Almost stopped Cotto. I don't know if you guys remember that one. Floyd's the real deal, man. Walked down Zab Judah. Walked down Shane Mosley. Y'all forgot Floyd walked down Shane Mosley. Since Vernon Forrest, Shane Mosley didn't get his ass beat that bad. Even Winky Wright didn't beat Shane Mosley's ass as bad as Floyd beat his ass. Floyd put a beat down on a motherfucker. The only thing he didn't do was drop him. You know, Vernon Forrest beat Shane Mosley real bad, right? But Floyd beat his ass bad too. You know, that's the second worst beating Mosley ever got was with Floyd. I think Vernon Forrest beat him worse. But Floyd beat his ass real bad. He walked his ass down. Floyd was walking his ass down. It was like a fucking video game. Yeah, I know. Mosley came off killing Margarito. Mosley was a beast. He was a fucking beast. But, and to his credit, he hit Floyd with a really good punch in round 2. But that motherfucker woke up Floyd, and Floyd started beating his ass real bad. He wasn't brawling, he was boxing him. But nonetheless, he beat his ass. He beat his ass so bad, Mosley was going on the back foot, going to the ropes, and Floyd was just he started beating his ass in the center of the ring, and then he started beating his ass, walking his ass down to the ropes. Mosley took a beating in that fight. They said Mosley looks old. Motherfucker got aged on that fight. He lost some years of his life on that fight. He never been the same since then. Floyd really beat his ass. He really beat his ass. The little that he had left from Vernon Forrest, Floyd took that off of him. You know, Mosley said though, it seems as though a doctor fucked up his arm, which is why he can't box anymore. He would have been boxing all now. But you gotta give kudos to Shane Mosley. I mean, Mosley was 38, I think, when he beat Antonio Margarito. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? See what you guys are saying here. Yeah, Mosley was a bad motherfucker. He didn't only come off for killing Margarito, he knocked the fuck out of Ricardo Mayorga. Y'all forgot that. And that was at super welterweight. So he came down from super welterweight, down to welterweight, beat Margarito's ass, then turned around and fought Floyd. So he was coming off of some really good wins. Yeah. Mosley, actually, Mosley was coming off a winning streak. He had beaten some really good guys. Anyway, I have a bunch of other things I got to talk about, so I haven't even started talking about that. So I got another phone out here. So we had the Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight. It was a good ass fight. Keith Thurman always brings excitement. I'll give him that. And then you had Yordenis Ugas, who faced Omar Figueroa. Gave Omar Figueroa his first loss. Definitely beating him. But Figueroa, man, that motherfucker taking punches, man. He does ride punches a bit. He rolls it and rides punches. But nonetheless, he taking a little too much punishment. He might have to get out of the sport of boxing. Because I don't want him to be like the other guy that went into a coma recently. And then, of course, Luis Neri beat Juan Carlos Payano. He stopped his ass in the 9th round. Caught him with a body shot, a nasty liver shot. Put him down, and that was that. He had dropped him earlier on, too. Caleb Plant just dispatched to Mike Lee. Mike Lee's defense is holy. You know, he's got holes in his game. So Caleb Plant just... I mean, Mike Lee comes rushing in. Get caught with check hooks and all kinds of shit. You know how that goes. Efe Ajaba didn't look that dominant against Ali Erin Remirezen. Ali Demirezen was game the whole fucking fight. And so you could hear his coach telling him what to do. You hear him say, triple the jab. Then you hear him say, jab. And then you hear him say, jab right hand. Then you hear him say, jab right hand, left hook. You hear him talking to Efe. Efe was accurate, but headhunting a little too fucking much. Y'all heavyweights need to go to the body. You know, like Dillian White went to the body. Alright? On this card, Sergey Lipinets, he defeated late replacement J.R. Inson. Okay? Stopped him in the 2nd round. Kudos to him on that. So, that was on the MGM Grand. Those are the fights. Mostly I got my picks right. I lost the Keith Thurman fight, but I had Yordenis beating Omar Figueroa. I had Luis Neri beating Juan Carlos Payano. I had Caleb Plant beating Mike Lee. I had Efe Ajaba beating El Heren Remez. I had Sergey Lipinets beating John Molina, but John Molina came out of the fight, so Sergey Lipinets beat J.R. Inson. So that's what it is. And there was some good ass fights over the weekend. We got some more. We got the other fight cards. We got a couple other fight cards. In France, Michel Soro faced Anderson Prestott. Michel Soro was 33-2-1. Anderson Prestott was 23-1-0. And he was able to stop Prescott in the 5th round of their 12-rounder at super welterweight. So watch out for Micho Soro, because he kind of hangs out between super welterweight and middleweight. I think he's a good fighter. I hope he moves up. He's never really got a title shot, so we'll see what happens with that. There ain't nothing else. This was in France. And then in the O2 Arena, Matchroom Boxing, it was on Sky Sports TV. We had Dillian White facing Oscar Rivas. Oscar Rivas knocked his ass down in the 9th round. More of a flash knockdown. Dillian White was using the jab, so he outjobbed him. That's how he pretty much won the fight. Set up his off of his jab, he come with a left hook. Had a beautiful left hook on Oscar Rivas. Got Oscar Rivas in trouble a couple times. Oscar Rivas was game all the way through. So the fight went 12 rounds. It was a nice, tough fight. Guido Cavalieri had it 115-112. 7 rounds to 8 rounds to 4. Mark Lyson had it 115-112 as well. 8 rounds to 4. And Grand Metcalf had it 116-111. 9 rounds to 3. Okay, for Dillian White. He outboxed the dude. It was good stuff. Now the dude was active. He was responding to Dillian White and all of that. But at the end of the day, Dillian White still showing some flaws in his game. He getting caught with those shots, man. But yeah, he's learning on the job, so that's good. David Price put David Allen into hospital. So the dude went to the hospital after the fight with David Price. And Derek Chisora beat Arthur Spilka, knocking him out in the 2nd round, which is big. Knocked out Arthur Spilka southpaw in the 2nd round. That's pretty much it for that card. So I looked at all those fights. Good set of fights, man. The weekend was good set of fights. I enjoyed it. You know, I was listening to the commentary from Danny Garcia and Sean Porter and Winky Wright, who was talking about getting it also 114-113 for Thurman, but it's all good. If they want to run it back again, that's a fight that is exciting. So let's see if Keith Thurman can do something about that, or if it is what it is, you know. It really was a 50-50 fight. It ended up being a split decision, and Pacquiao edged it out. So kudos to Manny Pacquiao. Has made history. He's going back to the Philippines already, and he has to go back into the Senate. They're going to really applaud him. He's going to be a favorite. Man, Pacquiao is in for a big treat. They're probably going to celebrate in the Philippines about his win. That's a huge, huge, huge win by Manny Pacquiao. He's made history in a number of different ways. When it comes to the welterweight division, I think he's the first 40-year-old to beat a younger, in his prime world champion. This is the first time. He's a legitimate now super champion at the WBA. He's put himself in a position now of the top 4 welterweights in the division. The top 4 welterweights in the division now are Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. I'm sorry, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, who is he's one of the 4 champions. That's what I mean. So it's him, it's Sean Porter, it's Errol Spence, and it's Terrence Crawford now. Pacquiao's pulling himself in a position, and if you know, Freddie Rose said they want to be the #1 welterweight in the world. Fuck, man, go for it. You know, take the winner, Errol Spence and Sean Porter. Take him on. I don't see. I can't say. I mean, I think Errol Spence will back Pacquiao up. That's the only problem. But you know, you just design a game plan where you can work around that. You're gonna be quicker than Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is not even as fast as Keith Thurman. I don't think so. I mean, then again, I might be wrong. Errol Spence is definitely stronger than Keith Thurman. Or maybe he's not. I think he is. We'll see. And he's bigger than, well, he's not bigger than Keith Thurman. Is he? No, he's not. Those are big welterweights. So I don't know if Pacquiao wants to face another big welterweight. We'll see. I mean, he may, you know, Danny Garcia's there. They're talking about Sean Porter. Sean Porter, again, is another big welterweight. And Sean Porter is also more active and can take a punch. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what they want to do, Sean Porter. But hey, these guys, man, Pacquiao will fight with any one of these guys. And what it shows me is that in all time, Pacquiao can go against almost anybody all time. The only guys I think that whoop his ass are Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather. They definitely beat him. But when it comes to anybody else, man, Pacquiao beats them. You know, there's nobody so far in boxing that Pacquiao didn't beat or get a win over, except for Floyd Mayweather. And I think that's it. Floyd Mayweather, right? No, there's another guy. When he was back at flyweight, two guys beat him, and he never got to rematch them because he was just too big for the division. So there are three guys: Floyd and them other two guys. If he gets a rematch against Floyd, great. But it's cool. Derek Williams says Bradley lost to Pacquiao and still bitter. No, man. Oh yeah. The last fight, Pacquiao dropped his ass. Bradley got dropped by Pacquiao. Keith Thurman got dropped by Pacquiao. Jeff Horn got rocked by Pacquiao in the 9th round. Floyd got, hurt by Pacquiao. Who has Pacquiao not hurt in the sport of boxing? Who? So Pacquiao gonna get to you with his T-Rex arms. You can call it T-Rex arms or what you want. He gonna get to your ass. He gonna get his in. Derek Williams says, yes, Manny is amazing. He is the greatest of all time. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be honest with you. This dude got a record and a history and a resume that definitely can be called the greatest of all time. I'm using it because the dude, if you think about it, this motherfucker he's done fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? He done fought everybody. We talk about Harry Crab, but this motherfucker fought everybody. So I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, you might be right, because see, what you have to look at is the evidence. There's some asterisks behind the guys that he faced, but he faced everybody. This motherfucker looking for smoke from a next generation motherfucker. That's crazy. I heard Leonard be saying, man, Pacquiao want all the smoke. I didn't believe him. Motherfucker want all the smoke. I don't dispute that he would face Errol Spence. And he'd give Errol some problems. If Errol could shut his ass out, that would be great. Errol's good at pivot work, so it's very possible. But what I'm just saying is, motherfucking Pacquiao. Come on, folks. You got to give the guy his just due. You got to give him credit where credit. I don't care if you don't like him. You got to give him credit where credit is due. This motherfucker fought a great fight against Keith Thurman. He deserved to win. He deserved to win. I'm going to say it. He deserved to win. I know Keith Thurman beat him, but he deserved that win. He worked for that. It's 40 years, man. Come on, man. Hey, 40-year-old not supposed to be hanging with Keith Thurman. Sugar Ray Leonard got his ass knocked out by Terry Norris. He wasn't even 30. He wasn't even 40. He was like 35 or something shit like that, right? Sugar Ray Robinson, he had a great fight with Carmen Basilio. I don't even know if he was 40 yet. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Bernard Hopkins and Kelly Pavlik, and that's cool and everything. Kelly Pavlik was, champion and all of that. But at the end of the day, Kelly Pavlik, he didn't move like Keith Thurman. He moved slow. The power puncher, but he was slow. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman's quick. Keith Thurman's smart. Keith Thurman's one of the best welterweights out there, man. One of the best welterweights out there. Fuck no, Keith Thurman's not no Kelly Pavlik. Bernard Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik was a hell of a boxer, don't get me wrong. And he had a hell of a career, and he was also, a guy who was seen as dangerous to Bernard Hopkins at the time. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, Kelly Pavlik's no Keith Thurman. Kelly Pavlik's no Sean Porter. Kelly Pavlik's no Errol Spence. Kelly Pavlik's no Terrence Crawford. Now you got to ask yourself, if Manny Pacquiao faces Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence, would he lose to them? You got to ask yourself that question now. Because the motherfucker be fighting smart. You got to dog him. You got to close the distance. You got to fight him on the inside. Errol Spence got that game. I don't know so much about Terrence Crawford, but Errol Spence got that game. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford's vicious, so I don't know. But out of all of them, Keith Thurman hits the hardest. And Pacquiao attests to that. Keith Thurman hits hard. And Keith Thurman couldn't get Pacquiao out of there. Which is a tribute to Pacquiao's defense. I'm just saying. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. I gotta close this off. Derek Williams says, yes, man, he's amazing. He's the greatest of all time. You know what, man? you know what, man? I gotta look at that. I gotta actually seriously consider that. You know, he's up there. He's up there. He's absolutely in the discussion right now. You know, and his career is not over. So the next couple of fights may clearly decide if he is the greatest or not. You know, clearly decide if he's the greatest or not. In the next couple of fights, he ain't got much more fights left in him. He got about 2 or 3 more fights left in him. But we're gonna know. We're gonna know very soon if he's the greatest of all time. And if that motherfucker beating everybody, you know, shit. After Floyd, he got better though. After Floyd, he got so much better. Pacquiao. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm out of here, guys. I talked a lot about the other fights in boxing. Keeping an eye on the dude that got in the coma. We're gonna find out a follow up on that. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Shit. Yo, I ate crow. I didn't get crow on the other things. I picked Dillian White to win against Oscar Rivas. Did I pick Dillian White to win? Yeah, I did. I picked Dillian White to beat Oscar Rivas, I think. And yeah. So it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button. Here's the other thing you can do for me. Besides subscribing, you can also donate to my channel. My channel donations can go via MoneyGram or Western Union, or you can also donate online because I have online banking. I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can do that. All right? Peace. I'm out. Yeah. Fucking Manny Pacquiao, boy. That's a bad motherfucker.